this a submarine? This looks awful. I wonder who built it. Gerald, really? You made this thing? What? You really made this thing? Well, I'm just letting you know this is awful. What? You don't even have anything back here either? It's just a bunch of glowing mess. Just letting you know, I'm gonna make something that's much better than this because this is awful. And I think for mine, I'm going to make it entirely out of green and lime blocks. Mostly because I think that'll look nice. I think for now, I'm just going to make the underbelly, which will just be in this nice kind of green color. And that way, I'll also get a rough shape of how big and long it's going to be. I'm thinking maybe something like this, however, it does seem a little bit wide. And now I've gone and just added a simple green layer underneath it, mostly to give it more of a rounder shape. Which for now, it kind of looks a little bit weird, but I'll just deal with that later. I'm raking these little sides here to see what it'll look like. And honestly, I think that's probably a bit better. I'll probably properly fix this later, but for now, I'm just gonna leave it and work on the middle. And what I'm trying to do is expand it out a little bit without ruining the structure. And I honestly have no idea how this is gonna turn out until I finish it. Yeah, that's definitely looking a bit rough. I'm just gonna do this and hope that'll look decent enough. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one, but at least I can make the inside look a bit less weird. But now I'm gonna recurve it up to the top. So now it kind of looks like that, and it's still really weird, honestly. You know what, regardless of that, I'm still just gonna make it more circular anyway. You know what, surprisingly, that's okay-ish. Definitely wouldn't call it good, that's for sure. And once I change the color of the bottom, we'll see what we're working with here. Because I think this darker color just looks too strange with the rest of it. I got a better look at it, and it still looks so weird like this. Maybe if I remove this bottom layer altogether, it'll look a bit nicer. I think that definitely helps, but I think the main reason this looks super weird is because it's kind of short. But for now, I'm also going to add a little entrance because it definitely needs one of those. I think right there should be fine. But I'll make it black to blend in a little bit more with the ocean. Which, to be honest, that does not blend in at all. It looks a little silly though, so I guess that's something. It'll definitely look better at green. But still, even then, that is still not the best. And now I'm going to use one of the sturdiest materials you could for a submarine, wooden trapdoors, which definitely are debatable on that. But also, why did the fish just swim in my submarine? What? For my own sakes, I'm just clearing out all of the water because it's so annoying. Oh, bye-bye fish. But anyways, I'm going to continue working on the outside until it looks a bit more decent. And definitely making it all flat does not help that. You know, maybe if I add a few colourful stripes. Honestly, I think black looks fine. It makes it stand out quite an awful lot. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and change my mind here. This lime is so much better than the black. Kind of annoys me how this entrance is really off-centered now. Now that may not make it look any better, but I think it definitely looks nice in my eyes. Now I'm thinking maybe just a plain green line through the middle here. However, it may look a bit weird after I add windows, but we'll see when the time comes. Now at the back, they usually have some kind of propeller, so let me try and build one of those. You know what, it's okay, just not too sure about it. So I don't think there's really much I can do to make it look not so terrible though. So I guess I'll just leave it as it is. And finally work on some of the inside stuff. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this front room here, which is the main control panel. And I've had these two doors to separate the captain and the crew. And I think as a source of lighting, lanterns will look nice for this. But these light blocks will certainly make this place a lot better. Now usually the front has a grand window like this, but I'm just going to check the outside and see how that looks. Yeah, just like I thought, that looks so weird. I do a little bit of this. Oh, there we go, that's fine, you can barely notice it at all. And I think just for the sake of it, to match the outside, I'm going to put some lime all the way to the end here. Now I have to think of items that I could use to make a control panel. Definitely some buttons, which I'll put all the way up there. Maybe some lecterns. And I'll see if there's anything better. Books definitely help, but I feel like this gives more of like a library. Maybe some furnaces on the side here. And then maybe on the other I can add some crafting tables. Now I have to pick what kind of stair I want to make for all of the chairs in this building. Honestly, I'm going to try out these mud bricks. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Maybe I'll just leave the stairs like this. And I think the captain's quarters are done. Okay, now let's work on our next room. Creeper, what are you doing here? So for now, I think I'll probably make this into the sleeping quarters. And also the entry and exit point. Now I kind of want to make this a bunk bed style place to fit as many people in here as possible. But I'll make these beds black and white as to not blend in too much with the submarine. I'm also going to add a few windows in. So there's currently 16 beds in here. However, I realized I lied. I can't make them bunk beds. Otherwise, I won't have anywhere to put their stuff. Actually, no, I lie. I can just turn this into a storage space. The bed is obstructed? What? Oh, that is so mean. Now we have a nice cozy area for everyone to sleep in, which means now I can work on my storage space. And I think adding in these acacia doors like so will be great for this. And then it doesn't even clutter up the hallways here. Plus now on the roof I can add so many barrels. And now the roof is beautiful too, and it's got plenty of storage for almost anything. And now for what I will do with them is add in a few chests. And now it's perfect, my submarine is finally completed. Well, let's go check on the outside and make sure it doesn't look too strange. Honestly, that's pretty much perfect. Let's go show Gerald and see what he thinks. Okay, Gerald, there's my submarine. What are you rated out of 10? A 1? That's like the worst rating you could possibly give it. Come on, you haven't even seen the inside yet. So after you enter, you have this sleeping quarters. And then there's storage space where you can put almost anything at all. And of course, somewhere to pilot the ship around, but Gerald, I'm not gonna let you pilot this thing. Well, that's just too bad. And besides, I bet you've even improved your submarine at all since I last saw it. Gerald, you cannot be serious. This is just a boat. That's not even a submarine now. If you go underwater, you're just gonna sink and drown.